Well, good day to all of our awesome audience. It is great to be back with you. We are doing this particular training in lieu of the fact that we were not on the Thursday, July the 21st webinar. Unfortunately, my wife was being admitted to the hospital. Nothing, serious. She's had some serious health challenges over the past couple of years. This is not anything that's life-threatening or anything like that, but it is something that they need to pay attention to. She's been having some digestive issues, and so in any event, I was with her, and I want to thank publicly Queen Twitter for everything that she's done. I mean, she's been with us for years, and she got the word that I wasn't going to be able to be there, and she was there in our stead. I think she did about an hour with questions and answers. So thank you so much, Queen. I wanted to publicly thank you. Now, what we're going to do here is this is the information that I wanted to cover in the live webinar. And so obviously we didn't do the live webinar, so I still want to get you this information. Now, this is what I need you to do. Of course, we're doing our quick mental vacation break here, and then we're going to get into the content. What I need you to do, because this is very important, this training is very, very important, okay? I need you to make sure that you are distraction free, okay? I need you to make sure that you are distraction free, because we're going to cover some major nuggets here in today's webinar. Okay, so with that being said, we're talking about the Funnel Blueprint. The Funnel Blueprint is a membership portal. It is a marketing and training portal that we've actually been working on for close to a year now, So well before we heard anything about THW Global, we were developing the Funnel Blueprint. Now, it had a couple of other names to it, but the Funnel Blueprint really, is a large umbrella of everything really that we are doing. Now, with the Funnel Blueprint, again, we'll be releasing this in the next few weeks. All right, with the Funnel Blueprint, our overall objective, and listen, it doesn't matter who your referrer is in THW Global. It doesn't matter whose team you're on. You're going to be able to leverage the Funnel Blueprint, okay? Our objective is to assist you in developing a long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income. We're getting into the training. We will do some review for those of you who are seeing this training maybe for the first time. Maybe you've never seen any of our trainings before. Our objective is to assist you in building a long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income across multiple niches, so that you ultimately have the financial and time freedom to hotly pursue the passions of your heart. Now, we've been asking the question since THW Global came across our desk: is THW Global crap or is it gold? Now, obviously, one of the reasons we've asked that is because it hasn't launched yet. Okay, we're still in the soft launch period, and you really won't know if a system is gold until it launches. There's a lot of companies that have great concepts on paper, but then when they go into the real world, they don't quite work out. It doesn't mean it's a scam. It just means that oftentimes execution is not great. I'm a former owner. There we go. I'm a former owner or part owner of a network marketing company. Great product, great service, poor execution. So, we didn't quite make it. We struggled along for a couple of years, what have you. I learned a lot of things from that, and that's allowed us to make a lot of money since then, because we have a totally different perspective. I believe, obviously, that it's too early to proclaim that THW Global is crap. I certainly don't believe it's a scam. All right, I'm well past that. But again, we need to see it launch. We need to see people viewing. We need to see people making money, all of that good stuff, okay, before we're ready to proclaim it as gold. Now, I want you to understand this. Our objective for you, to assist you in building a long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income, that objective remains the same whether or not THW Global is crap or whether or not THW Global is gold. Our objective to assist you in developing multiple streams of income across multiple niches is here, and we'll be just as passionate about it whether it's crap or gold. I pray that she's gold. I'm leaning more towards gold. If they execute, all right, if they execute, it will definitely be gold, and it will make our objective. It'll allow us to jumpstart your business because you'll be able to use your viewing income as a marketing seed. But make no bones about it. Whether she's crap or gold, I want you to follow us very intimately because our objective remains the same. So there's 4 tenets, I'm in review mode now, that we've discussed. Now, these are the 4 major reasons that marketers struggle. And this is why we have these 4 major solutions as to why marketers struggle. We're going to talk about the funnel-based system tonight, all right, on this training. And, you know, so most people, particularly network marketers, don't have a funnel-based system. Well, you'll understand what a funnel-based system is. And more importantly, you'll start to understand the anatomy of the funnel blueprint. Our funnel-based system designed to help promote THW Global, all right? Then you want to have a responsive list, all right? Now, this is where we start talking about developing a long-term sustainable business. Your long-term sustainable business starts with a funnel-based system that allows you to build a responsive list. Without a responsive list, you are merely a commission salesperson. Without Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. My wife was just giving me a call to let me know what the nurses were saying. She's got a minor procedure a little bit later on. So I get to finish this, and then I get to go and put my husband hat on. Okay, so here's the point, ladies and gentlemen. You have to have a responsive list. Without a responsive list, you're not in business. All right, I want to make sure this is very clear. Without a responsive list, you are not in business. You are a marketer, but you're not in business. You want to have a long-term sustainable business that transcends any particular offer, because you're going to have multiple offers. You should over time that you share with your list. And so if an offer all of a sudden is not a viable offer, we see this all the time, whether it's in network marketing or whether it's an affiliate system or a product or service, whether it's a product that's available today or a service available today or an opportunity available today that looks good today, but then tomorrow something happens. And so if you don't have a list, how do you educate your list? How do you reach out to your folks to let them know, hey, here's a new product, here's a new service that can assist you in your business? So you have to have a responsive list. If you're going to build a long-term sustainable business, you have to have a list. And you have to learn how to cultivate that list, which is a big part of our system. It's teaching you how to cultivate your list and providing tools and resources so that you can cultivate your list, so that your list becomes responsive. Listen, if you are not committed to building a list, just quit internet marketing. All right? Just quit. Save your time, save yourself the time and the frustration. If you are not committed, if you say to me, I want a business, and I say to you, you must have a way to start to cultivate a responsive list. If you are not committed to developing and cultivating a responsive list, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself if you think you're going to be successful long term. Now, I know if you're here for the first time, you might be saying, well, who's this dude? Why is he yelling at me? I'm not yelling at you. I'm passionate because I see this, because this was me. I was making money in my marketing enterprise, but I wasn't cultivating a responsive list. So here I'm with a particular income opportunity, network marketing company. Man, we're kicking butt. We're kicking butt. We're kicking butt. We even got into high 5 figures a month. And then something happened with that particular opportunity. All right. And guess what? I didn't have a list. I was dependent upon my genealogy in the back office of that company. But when something happened to that company, guess what happened to that genealogy? It went away. I wasn't able to communicate effectively with that list, and I had to start over. So I went from, this was back in 2006 or so, I went from a very strong about $20,000 a month income to now the opportunity I'm promoting is no longer there for me, but I don't have a list to communicate with my following. So now I had to start all over. Okay. I want you to have a long-term sustainable business. Now, once you are starting to develop your list and cultivating that list so they become responsive, now you can start offering compelling offers. And of course, THW Global, particularly, we're going to assume for the remaining of this training that she's gold, okay? Then she becomes very compelling, particularly because people can generate revenue before they've gotten good at this whole list building thing and cultivating a list and what have you. And then they can use, as we've been sharing with our audience doesn't mean that you're on our team. It simply means that you find value in our trainings and you choose to follow what we're teaching, and maybe even have your teams follow what we're teaching. You're on the same team, all right? You're referred by the same person. You know, you don't switch sponsorships. That's not how you do business. All right. So when I say our following or our audience, that means anybody who finds value in our approach and our trainings and what have you. Okay. So THW Global obviously is very compelling because it allows people without marketing to start to generate revenue. But understand that without marketing, that is capped. Even if you watch 10 hours a week, let's say that now we can all view content. All right, if you max out your 10 hours a week, even per adult in your household, you've got a ceiling. Now, for a lot of people, that ceiling is still extremely beneficial financially. You know, if somebody makes $1,000 a month, as an example, up to $25 a week, $25 an hour, 10 hours a week, $250 a week, $1,083 a month is what that comes out to as potential. And if you had 2 adults in your household or 3 adults in your household, let's say you're married and you've got a son or a daughter who's 18, 19, 20 still in the house, then, you know, that could potentially maybe perhaps generate multiple thousands of dollars before marketing. Now, what we're going to show is if you treat that income as a seed, this is how you could ultimately develop a 6- or 7-figure business. And then obviously we've got to drive high quality laser targeted traffic to our offer. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are posting on Facebook or on Craigslist or what have you, and that's all cool, and that will get you people potentially registering with you. But you ultimately want to move to paid traffic. It's the only type of traffic that's scalable. It's the only type of traffic that is duplicatable. You want to build a team within THW Global, and you want folks to be able to drive traffic to their funnel-based system that promotes THW Global, so it helps you build a 10-level organization. Okay, and the way that you're going to do that, and again, this is all a part of building a long-term sustainable business. Everything you see here on this screen is designed to help you build a long-term sustainable business. So if you don't have a funnel-based system, then you've got a part of your business that's broken. If you don't have a responsive list, if you don't have compelling offers, obviously we've got a compelling offer with THW Global. In time, you'll have multiple offers that you'll be able to share with your list without cross-recruiting or anything like that. All right, but we want to drive high-quality laser-targeted traffic to our offers. Now, what's a funnel? What's a funnel? Very quickly review new information right after. All right. A funnel in a traditional business like McDonald's is where you go and you order from the value menu, and then the cashier invariably says, would you like fries with that? Or would you like this with that? Or would you like that with that? Fries or an apple pie or ice cream or a latte or what have you, okay? We see this all the time in traditional business, and the whole idea of a funnel is that, hey, you're already there, all right? You've already come in through the door. Now, the door in internet marketing, in mobile marketing, is called a capture page, all right, or a lead capture page or landing page where you can collect the information. Offline, the door oftentimes is going through, you know, the store, going through the door, all right? So you go through the door at McDonald's, you make your order, all right? So you're in their funnel, and let's say you ordered, you know, a burger or what have you, and then they say, hey, would you like fries with that? That's an upsell. In internet marketing, Oftentimes, this is referred to as an OTO, a one-time offer. So let's say you entered into a funnel, you bought something in the internet marketing space, maybe it was a product or service or what have you, and then very often there's going to be an upsell. All right. That, if you've seen that, and I'm sure you probably have, you are in a funnel. You are in a funnel. All right. So here's what a sales funnel is. A sales funnel, from an internet marketing and a mobile marketing standpoint, is an automated sales process. It's an automated sales process that educates your prospect about the solutions that you have to their problems. It's an automated sales process that educates your prospect about the solutions that you have to their problems. Why? Because an educated consumer consumes more. An educated consumer consumes more. All right, now let's break this down real quickly. It needs to be automated. Right now, THW Global doesn't have anything that is automated. Okay, that's one of the reasons why we're developing a sales funnel, then ultimately multiple sales funnels that will be automated. I appreciate those that come to our live webinars. We were on a webinar this past Tuesday, and when Queen was doing introductions, I heard so many folks from all across the globe. You know, I heard a lot of Australias and Canadas and some parts of Africa and so on and so forth, some parts of Asia, and I know that for some of those folks, it's 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 11 in the morning the next day when they're coming onto a live webinar. Now, I love the live webinars. We're going to continue to do live webinars because we love that. We love to connect with our audience. But from an efficiency standpoint, in building a long-term sustainable business, you want to have your process automated, so that somebody in Australia, it doesn't matter that they're in Australia, or it doesn't matter that they're in Malaysia, or it doesn't matter that they're in Panama, or it doesn't matter that they're in Chile. Okay, it's automated. Doesn't matter what time they is good for them. They can view your process, your material. Okay, now the funnel needs to educate your prospect about the solutions that you have to their problems. So with our funnels, for instance, we don't focus on bling bling. Bling bling is okay, but what we focus on is how does our offer, how does THW Global bring healing and ointment to a pain or frustration of our target market. So we talk about problems. We talk about the fact that college students are 22% are underemployed or unemployed, and that they're in a lot of debt, $37,000 average debt of a graduating college student. We talk about retirees increasingly having to work well beyond 65. And that most retirees have less than $50,000 saved. I think it's $25,000. Most have less than $25,000 set aside for retirement. And we talk about a major city in the U.S., Detroit, that basically filed bankruptcy, and how that's impacted retirees. What are we doing? We're letting people know that there are problems out there. We're pouring salt on that wound. We're pouring salt on that wound, and then we come back with a solution. Because people will do more to get out of pain, to get out of frustration, than they will to pursue a happiness. All right, people will do more once they're in pain. They'll do more. They'll pay more to get out of pain. So we want to educate our consumer. Now, from a THW Global perspective, this education means that we want people committing to 10 hours a week. That once we're able to view that they maximize their 10 hours a week. Okay. All right. So give me a sorry about that. Went the wrong way. Okay. Now, again, quick review. Then we go into new content. All right. So here's a funnel that I'm in right now. We're going to talk about what a lead magnet is today, and that's going to be a big focal point of what we're talking about. So a lead magnet is where typically you're going to a lead capture page, and there is the promise that if we give them our email address, or maybe even an SMS text number, that on the other side, we're going to get maybe a free report, or we're going to get a free training series, or we're going to get something of value. That's what a lead magnet is. Now, this particular lead magnet that I'm in is a webinar funnel where I opted in so I could attend a webinar. I love webinar funnels because the conversion rates of webinar funnels are sky high, okay? And we'll ultimately have a webinar funnel ourselves, okay? We'll have some different funnels for our audience, those of you who leverage the funnel blueprint. All right, so I come into the funnel, I go through the webinar. They talked about the pains, all right, and their solutions to our pain. So they educated us, which is why I like webinars, because with webinars, as opposed to just sales videos, there's typically more of an educational process so that people understand what they're purchasing or what the offer is and why the offer is going to help them alleviate some type of pain or frustration. All right, so now I purchased what they were offering. This was the primary offer. All right, so I made a purchase. They made a really good commission because it was a decent outlay for that particular offer, but I didn't see it as, oh my gosh, I got to come up with some money. I saw it as an investment into my business. Well, when I made that purchase, I gained access to a membership site. When I go into the membership site, I start going through their training. There's a secondary offer there. There's a tool or resource that would help me better promote that particular offer. That particular offer I was able to become a reseller of. And so I want to get my money back. So I want to resell that particular offer. And they recommended a particular tool or resource that would help me better promote that offer. So I get that tool or resource, but they are an affiliate of that tool or resource. So by me getting that tool or resource, they make some more commissions. Now, once I got the tool or resource, in that tool or resource, it in its own right is its own sales funnel. So I get the tool or resource. Let's say I get the basic tool, or I get the let's say I get the basic tool, and then as soon as I get the basic tool, there was a, hey, would you like fries with that? In other words, here's the basic tool, but here is a premium tool. And then there was a little educational process to help me understand how great basic was, but how greater premium was. So there was the, hey, would you like fries with that? I get that tool as well. So I get the primary offer from them. They make money. They then recommend a secondary tool to help me better promote that particular product. They make money. Once I get that secondary product, I now have another upsell. All right, I got that because they educated me as to why that would be beneficial for me to get the upsell. They made more commissions. All right, so now I've got this other tool. Now I go back to the membership site so that I can get more training, okay? Because now I'm a reseller, and if I resell this particular product or service, I make some really good commissions, all right? So this is a totally different niche that has nothing to do with THW Global. I never even have to come to my THW Global audience and say, hey guys, I got this thing over here, because I know how to build various lists where I've got different products or services that appeal to different niches and different markets, and that's what we want to have for you. All right, so now I go back to the membership site. When I go back to the membership site, and I'm going through again because I want to duplicate what they are doing, then they introduced me to another tool that they were using. This was a tool they used to help, land my initial purchase. So I know the tool works. So I go and I get that tool, another commission. All right, and then once I got that tool had its own sales funnel process. Once again, I got the basic tool initially to start with, and then now I'm in another funnel, and that funnel educates me on why I want to go from the basic to their premium or their Cadillac package or their Grand Poupon package or what have you. I never felt compelled. I never felt pressured. They never sold me anything, and that's what a good funnel should do. It should never sell anybody anything. What it should do, because nobody wants to be sold, what it should do is it should educate this consumer so that the person that they're ready to stop struggling. All right, educate the consumer of the pains they're having. Pour salt in that wound. And now here's the solutions that we have to get you out of the pain, get you out of the frustration. Here's our healing. Here's our ointment. Here's our salve. And so, ladies and gentlemen, they wound up generating 4 figures, high 4 figures, as I went through their funnel. Now, network marketing companies don't have this, because a network marketing company really just wants you to promote their deal. All right. But I want to teach you, and I want to move you from just being a marketer to ultimately being an entrepreneur. All right. Real quick. This has been reviewed. We're going to get into new information. All right. So real quick, I'm in an email list of I know this guy is very high 6 figures. He may be 7 figures. He may be 7 figures. And he sent an email, and in this particular email, he was talking about how the average marketer struggles in making money in their business, that even if they're building a list, you know, the metric typically is you want to average a minimum of $1 per month per subscriber in your list. So let's say if you have a list of 1,000 folks in your email list, you should be making at least $1,000 a month. He was saying in his email that most marketers don't hit those targets. Yet there are other marketers that blow through those targets where they're averaging $3 per lead, or $5 per lead, or $10 per lead. Let me put this little quick thing in here. We're going to be launching the funnel blueprint in the next few weeks. All right. And it's going to have multiple income streams within there. We're going to lead off with THW Global, so on and so forth. If THW Global winds up being crap, we'll just take THW Global off of there, and we'll continue with the funnel blueprint. If THW Global winds up being gold, then we'll keep THW Global because it is so compelling. All right. And it's going to help you get a lot more people opting in to build your list and all that other good stuff. Okay. There's a mobile marketing system that we'll be launching right after we launch the funnel blueprint. Probably a week or 2 weeks after the funnel blueprint, we'll be launching what we call THW Global. This is our mobile marketing system. I've been in a mobile marketing beta test for almost 3 years now. Again, so none of this is new. This is stuff that we've been working on for months, and in terms of the mobile marketing system for almost 3 years now. We're just going to build funnels around the THW Global opportunity. Now, I will say this real quickly, that with our THW mobile platform, it has a standalone income stream, where the standalone income stream, you could generate up to $16 per month per mobile subscriber, even if they never buy anything, even if they never join anything. All right. Now, I know that sounds way out there. I don't have time. This was not the focus, but I wanted to, since we were talking about this, I just wanted to put that little seed there, that our mobile, see, I could build just on our mobile marketing platform. I could build a 6 or 7 figure business just from our mobile marketing platform. In time, you will be able to build a 6 or 7 figure business just from our mobile marketing platform. If THW Global is gold, and you hook up our mobile marketing platform with that, oh my gosh, it could for some folks become an 8-figure enterprise. Well, in any event, what this marketer was saying was that you want to promote offers with a deep back end. Which pay high ticket commissions. By the way, our mobile marketing platform, THW Mobile, will have an optional high ticket component. It won't be for everybody out of the gate, because not everybody will have the resources to employ the high ticket part of the model, but there will be a high ticket part of the model optionally that you'll be able to leverage, where you could earn $1,000 commissions and even $500 commissions on a second tier when someone also gets that high ticket or optional high ticket from you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I had a couple of interruptions there. So let's pick back up. Give me a moment here. Let's pick back up. And forgive me if I repeat something here. But, you know, so here's the thing. I've never seen in network marketing, all right, no matter what the company is, I've never seen in network marketing where there was a very a properly structured sales funnel. And what you want is you want a sales funnel that has a deep back end that can even ultimately pay high ticket commission. So our mobile marketing system, once we launch that, which that's only going to be maybe a couple weeks or so after we launch the funnel blueprint. I went back and I did some more math. I was wrong on my numbers before. I said you could generate up to $16 per month per subscriber in that particular list. You'll find out how you can do that. And that's even if they haven't joined anything or even if they haven't bought anything. It's actually $17.33 is what you could actually generate per subscriber. I'm not suggesting that you're going to generate $17.33 for every single subscriber, but you can with that mobile marketing platform that we will be launching here in just a few short weeks, okay? And the Funnel Blueprint, THW Global, both of those are going to be in the marketplace, going to be launched even before the soft launch of THW Global has ended. Okay, so that's going to be a way for you to start generating some revenue while we're waiting on the viewing. And again, there'll even be an optional portion of the mobile marketing funnel that would pay high ticket commissions, $1,000 to the person that that's responsible for the initial sale, $500 for the second tier. Again, you'll learn more about that. So in any event, what this particular marketer sent out in his list, and I'm in his list, was while most people struggle to list build, most people struggle to communicate with their list, most people struggle to monetize their list, and most marketers don't even get to the dollar per month per subscriber, there are other smart marketers that get to $3 per month per subscriber, or $5 or $10. Again, our mobile marketing system could have you generating as much as $17.33, even if the person hasn't bought anything from you, even if the person hasn't joined you in anything. Now, I'm not suggesting that the average subscriber is going to be $17.33, but the fact that you can have subscribers with just that portion of the funnel will raise your overall average per month. So hopefully in time you are generating an average of $4 or $5 or $6 per subscriber in the mobile side. The mobile side is where you're going to get those higher numbers. Okay. All right. So in any event, let's now start to talk about the funnel blueprint. Now, I tell you what, before I get into the funnel blueprint, I need to do one last thing, and then we're going to talk about the funnel blueprint and how by leveraging the funnel blueprint, it's going to assist you in developing multiple streams of income, including THW Global, assuming she's gold. And if THW Global is crap, then you still are going to be able to generate multiple streams of income. Okay. The first thing I need to do real quickly is I need to go back and I need to talk about our 10-hour pledge. Okay. I need to talk about, you know what? Hold on. Give me a moment. No, let me go back to let's go here. Then we'll talk about the 10-hour pledge. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's talk about the anatomy of the funnel blueprint. All right. It is a very strategically developed sales funnel. Okay. The anatomy of the funnel blueprint. Now, the funnel blueprint is going to start off with a lead magnet. We'll talk about that in detail in this training. It's going to then, as the lead magnet, is going to bring people through what we call the THW offer with the 10-hour pledge. All right, that's what we'll talk about in just a few moments. That's what I was about to get into in just a few moments ago, and realize that I already have it. In any event, we'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, as you move through the funnel, then a person is going to be introduced to THW Global. I'm sorry, THW Mobile. THW Mobile would back up. I messed that up. Let's start over. Okay, sorry. The lead magnet, which is going to have multiple THW funnels. All right. The THW offer, which is going to highlight the 10-hour pledge, or 10 hours to 6 figures. Okay. The marketing and training portal offer, which is the actual funnel blueprint. This is where people will actually get the funnel blueprint, because the funnel blueprint is going to give them the sales funnels. It's going to give them the rest of what you have down here. The mobile marketing system, THW Mobile, this is where you could ultimately generate $17.33 per subscriber in your mobile marketing list, even if they haven't bought anything from you or joined you in anything. Obviously, if they join you in something, i.e. THW Global, or they join you in something else that you might be promoting now or in the future, then that can increase your potential revenue per subscriber, okay? The Affiliate Center, which is part of the Funnel Blueprint, and the Showcase, which is part of the Funnel Blueprint. We probably won't get into this today because of time. So what we don't get into today, we'll pick back up in our next week's training. So what I want to cover today is the lead magnet, and I want to cover the THW offer. Now I'm going to cover the THW offer, the 10-hour pledge first, and then we'll come back to the lead magnet. So that'll make some sense to you, okay? All right, so the THW Global Offer. Now, this is what we've been sharing in our trainings. All right, so we all know that if THW delivers on its promise that we'll be able to earn income by viewing promotional content, commercials, movie trailers, video surveys, so on and so forth, okay? And so what we have said is we want folks to take the 10-hour pledge. And the 10-hour pledge says it's got a couple of tenets. Number one, you're going to covenant to maximizing your viewing income. So if you can view 10 hours a week, you're going to view 10 hours a week. Now, I don't know how all of this is going to play out as countries come aboard. You know, will everybody be able to view 10 hours a week from the start? Will that be something that scales up? I don't know. I don't know how all that's going to work out. But ultimately, you want to view your maximum amount of time. All right. And if you have adults in your household, then you want them to view the maximum amount of time. All right, now, what we're going to do with this viewing income is we're not going to go and spend it all. All right, we're going to recap or recapitalize is what that stands for, reinvest back into our business a minimum of 50% to as much as 100% of our viewing income, So if you generate let's say you're in a country where you're not earning the $25 per hour, so you generate in US dollar terms $500 a month, then you're going to recap $250 minimum to as much as the full $500. If you're in the US and let's say you do make $25 an hour, excuse me, and you view your 10 hours a week, and let's say that comes up to be about $1,083 a month when you look at 52 weeks after the year divided by 12, so on and so forth. Then you're going to be taking anywhere from, let's say if you earned $1,000, $500 to as much as the full 1,000 goes back into your business in the form of marketing. Okay? Now, with that, you're going to get tools and resources. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get all of this in that first month or what have you, but you're going to start piecing these together. These are the tools and resources that I use in my business. These are the tools and resources that other 6- and 7-figure earners use in their businesses. So the Funnel Blueprint is going to be a part of that. You're going to get that before we start viewing. All right, because this is going to house your sales funnels. This is going to house training. This is going to house what we call a value vault, which is the way that you're going to be able to really make a connection to develop and cultivate a responsive list. We'll talk more about that probably in our next training. This is going to house our affiliate center. This is going to be a way for you to develop multiple streams of income because we'll be recommending certain tools and resources. And when people get the Funnel Blueprint at your referral, then they're going to simply go to their affiliate center and get that tool or resource, but your affiliate link is going to be back there, so you're going to generate the affiliate commission. And then the showcase. This is where you can showcase any and all other income streams that you may be promoting now, or as you bring on other income streams down the road in the future. Anyone that gets the Funnel Blueprint from you will be able to see every time they log into the Funnel Blueprint to get training or get access to a recorded webinar or to access the value vault or what have you. They're going to see any and all income streams that you have put into the system that you want to share and promote to your audience. So the funnel blueprint is going to be the chief of the resources that you're going to want to start off with. Our mobile marketing platform that we'll call THW Mobile, the marketing side of it, THW Mobile, is going to be another resource that you're going to want to get. That's going to generate the up to $17.33 per a mobile opt-in subscriber. You'll learn more about that as we start to unveil that, okay? Commercial autoresponders, this is your email type autoresponder. Commercial meaning something you're paying for. None of that free stuff, all right? Stop trying to build your business on the cheap. I know that some people, you know, money is tight. I get that, all right? But you are building a long-term sustainable business. Look at some other things that you're spending money on that's not getting you to where you want to be, and start cutting some of that fat, all right? Don't try to build your business on the cheap. You want to build a long-term sustainable business. If you're not willing to invest in your business, don't do any internet marketing, because it ain't gonna work. You have to be willing to invest time. You have to be willing to invest resources. If you don't have a lot of resources, look at other things that you're doing right now that you're spending money on, but that's not getting you to where you want to be. Okay, lead capture page builder, automated webinar systems. These are just a few tools and resources that ultimately you're going to want to add. You'll add some sooner than later. Some you have to piecemeal, you know, as you start to generate revenues if resources are a little tight, so on and so forth. Then you're going to have money for advertising budget. Because, again, we don't want to build our business on the cheap. We want to build our business like professionals build their businesses. Look, we're going to be watching promotional content, meaning that somebody on the other side is paying to get their offer in front of your eyeballs and my eyeballs. But that's how we need to approach our businesses. Stop trying to do everything on the cheap. Stop trying to do everything free. All right. In many cases, you get what you pay for. And free traffic, ladies and gentlemen, is not free. I do get a lot of traffic from my YouTube videos, but I promise you that's not free. Because it takes me a lot of time to develop the content and the concept, and then cut the video and render the video and upload the video and all that other stuff, okay? It's not free. It's costing me time. All right, so ultimately, if you follow our system, you're going to have a monthly advertising budget. So here's an example of doing a paid traffic campaign, sending people to an email capture page where you're capturing their email, all right? Now, this isn't promising anything, but these are targets that you should be targeting. All right, so let's say we target a 25% email opt-in rate. So we send someone with our traffic campaigns, with people that you already know, people that's following you on Facebook, people that you're tweeting, so on and so forth. We're sending people to a capture page. I'm going to show you some examples of that in just a few moments. We want 25% of those to opt in with an email address. Now, there'll be some campaigns that we'll do that you'll get a higher than 25% opt-in rate. There'll be other campaigns that you do that you'll get a lower than 25% email opt-in rate. But as you do campaigns and campaigns and campaigns, and you ultimately send thousands and tens of thousands and ultimately hundreds of thousands of visitors to your site, you want to see roughly about a 25% opt-in rate over those numbers. The law of averages necessitates we also employ the law of large numbers. Okay, now, once someone opts in, they're going to now be able to hear the message. All right, this is where the sales funnel comes into place. All right, it could be a webinar funnel, it could be a video series funnel, so on and so forth. Okay, all right, so this is where the sales message is designed to educate the consumer about the solutions that we have to their problem, so on and so forth. Now, you're going to get typically about a 1 to a 5% conversion rate. Someone opts in. They then watch the sales presentation or the webinar or whatever the information is that educates the consumer about our solutions to their problems. And about 1 to 5% will normally take you up on the solution. Now, because THW Global, there is no cost to register and do your demographic survey, we believe that the conversion rate is going to be on the higher end. It might even exceed 5%. I'm going to use for this figure a 4% conversion rate. Okay, a 4% conversion rate. I've done typically when I'm doing marketing where there is a paid something, I expect about a 2% conversion rate. Sometimes I've gotten as high as maybe 3% or what have you. But that's not with a free offer. With a free offer, I believe it's going to be on the higher end of this range, and it may even exceed the range. I'm going to give this example real quickly. So let's say that you do 1,000 click campaign where you're getting 1,000 visitors to your site, and let's say you get the 25%, that would be 250 new email subscribers. If there's a 4% conversion, then that would mean that there would be 10 new users. 10 new users, okay? Again, if you got 1,000 people going to the site, they opt in, you get 250 new email subscribers. This is now a list that you own and control. You can start sharing content with them. If you leverage our funnel blueprint, which you'll have to leverage in order to get access to our sales funnels. If you leverage our funnel blueprint, we're going to have what we call a value vault. The value vault is going to be a series of video trainings that you can send out to your list to provide value to them, so that helps to increase your conversion percentages. So if you get a 4% conversion off of 250 opt-ins, you've got 10 new users, 10 new people that have joined you in THW Global, okay? 10 new users that have joined you in THW Global. But here's the most important part. They've not just joined you in THW Global, they've joined you and they've heard the message. All right, so I want to talk about this first funnel that we're going to be releasing. By the way, these numbers, those 10 new users, if they max out their viewing, you could earn up to $200 a month per personal referral to THW Global. The assumption there is they max out their viewing. They're earning the $25 an hour. You would be earning $5 an hour. Of course, if they're in a different country, they may not earn $25 an hour, so you wouldn't earn the $5. You would earn a lesser proportionate rate, okay? So, this is a perfect world. Is this going to happen perfectly? Probably not, but I want you to get the idea, all right? Now, what happens in our first sales funnel that we're going to be releasing? We'll have others, but the first sales funnel that we're going to be releasing, I tell you what, let me show you, and then we'll come back, okay? Okay, so here is an example of a lead magnet, all right? Bear with me. Let's do this. Okay, so we talked about a lead magnet, right? Multiple THW funnels. I want to talk about the first funnel that we're going to release, which is going to share the THW offer, but it's going to have a strong emphasis on the 10-hour pledge. All right, it's going to have a strong emphasis on the 10-hour pledge. So real quickly, here are some examples. I'm not saying that these will be the lead capture pages that you'll be able to use. I just put these together real quickly to give you some examples. When you leverage the funnel blueprint, there will be internally some lead capture pages that we've already designed. All right, so if you give me just a moment. All right, give me just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. My wife is wanting me to give her a call, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. So this first funnel that we're going to release, all right, we're going to call this funnel 10 hours to 6 figures. 10 hours to 6 figures, okay? Now, I want you to notice we've done something a little differently here, because in the initial messaging, we're not saying up to $25 an hour, so on and so forth. Why? Because over 600,000 folks have registered, so that message has been out there. All right, if we led in with this particular sales funnel with the up to $25 an hour, you're going to have some people who are going to say, "Oh, I heard about that," and they're not going to opt in. All right, or you're going to have some folks who's going to say, "Oh, that they're not even viewing yet," and they're not going to opt in. All right, so this is a different messaging. So this is a different messaging so that you have a better chance of people opting in, okay? So you have a better chance of people opting in. Now, once again, The reason you want to do this and have a messaging that's a slightly different is because you're gonna have some people that are prejudiced from the standpoint that they've heard the up to $25 an hour. They've seen that before. Maybe they saw it plastered on Facebook or what have you. So you want to have a slightly different messaging. So man, this sparks someone's interest, because what do you want to do? You want to capture what? Their data. All right. You want them to get into your list. So this says free 6-part video series reveals how to turn 10 hours a week into a 6-figure business. This series will be emailed to you, so enter your best email address below, so that you now have a better opportunity of people giving you a real email address versus the fake email address. They put in their email address and they click and they go and watch that video series. Now we'll have, for this funnel, we'll have multiple capture pages that you'll be able to use right out of the box. All right. If you don't have any type of lead capture page system, you'll be able to use the funnel blueprints lead capture page systems for this first funnel. But ultimately, you're going to want to have a lead capture page system. That's going to be one of the tools that we'll recommend, so that you can design your own lead capture pages. This took me just a few minutes to design this because of a lead capture page system. Here's another example. Okay. Here's another example. Again, I'm not saying we're going to use these exactly internally. We very well may. But just to give you an example. So here's another one. Secrets Exposed. Free 6-part video series reveals how to turn 10 hours a week into a 6-figure business. This series will be emailed to you, so enter your best email address below, and then their email address there. They would click, and you'll notice what we'll have is we'll have multiple capture pages, so that you can promote, one's going to appeal to you, one's going to appeal to somebody else, so on and so forth. But then you can see which of those capture pages may be giving you the best oomph. All right. By the way, real quick marketing tip. You'll notice, for instance, if you go to YouTube and you see our videos on YouTube, we like to have a lot of our videos. A lot of our videos will feature an attractive young lady smiling, looking at you. Or maybe an attractive family of smiling, looking at you. That's a marketing tip, and this is why you see in commercials and things of that nature, typically you see someone that, some people would deem as physically attractive or what have you. I kind of hate that part, but I'm in marketing, so that's what works. That's what gets people to opt in. One of the things that studies have revealed with opt-in pages is if you had an attractive young lady kind of looking right at you and smiling, that in many cases you'll get more opt-ins. Again, I wish I could put my bald head up there, but that may not get the opt-ins. Okay. Ultimately, we won't start off with this, but ultimately we'll even have a video, maybe a short 1-minute video or what have you, that will have professionally done, professionally designed, to get people to opt in. All right. So there's going to be multiple looks that you're going to have with our sales funnel. So remember, this is what we're talking about here. A lead magnet. All right. A lead magnet. All right. So this first sales funnel that we're going to be launching is designed. Give me a moment. I'll go back to the young lady. All right. It's designed to show people how 10 hours a week can be leveraged ultimately to a 6-figure business. All right. Now, let me just share a little bit about this particular funnel. All right. All right. So obviously, you're going to have the lead magnet where you capture the lead. All right. You capture the lead. The lead is yours. You own and control that lead. You can control the messaging that goes to that lead. With that particular lead magnet, there will also be a robust follow-up sequence to go with that particular funnel. All right. So a robust follow-up sequence, which will obviously include the 6-part video series. Now, when a person opts in, what's going to happen is they'll immediately be able to start watching the video series immediately. And some people are going to watch all 6 parts in one sitting. That won't be everyone, but some people will. And then some people are going to watch the first. There's going to be 6 modules, okay? So some people are going to watch module 1 and module 2, and then they'll come back and watch module 3 and 4 and so on and so forth. And this is where the robust email series comes into play, so that if they opt in, they land on the module page where we've got these 6 videos. Now, they can't watch video number 2 until they've watched video number 1 on the actual page. So when they opt in, they go to a page. We haven't completely designed it yet, but there'll be, you know, six videos there, and they can't progress to the second video till they've watched the first. They can't advance to the third video until they watch videos 1 and 2. Now, what we'll do is in the very first module, we will help them understand what the problem is and what our solution is, which is going to be THW Global. And in that module, they'll be able to go on and register. So once they are going through that module, there's going to be a button that's going to pop up that's going to say register now. And when they click on register now, they're going to be taken to your THW Global webpage to go on and register. We even show them in that module how to register, 1, 2, how to fill out the survey, 3, where to get their links for THW, and 4, registering for our webinar series. So they're getting our webinar follow-up, because at that point they haven't joined us with the funnel blueprint. All right, so at that point they don't have access to the sales funnels just yet. So by them becoming a part of our webinar series, they'll start getting our webinar trainings, our live trainings that they can attend, our recorded trainings that we're sending out, much like we're sending this out, so on and so forth. Okay, now, so let's make sure that we understand this. The lead magnet is going to lead them, I should say, to a it's really a sales page with 6 training modules. Some people are going to view all training modules right there at one sitting, okay? Some are going to view module 1, and then the kids are going to be screaming in the background and they've got to go and what have you. We do tell them to bookmark the page so they can come back, but since we know that not everybody's going to view all 6 modules right away, all right, this is where the robust follow-up sequence is going to be there, so that you now will have something, no matter what autoresponder that you might be using, you'll be able to leverage that email sequence, okay? All right, now, so in the first module, they will be directed to register now. And that is going to have your THW registration link in. Once you come into the funnel blueprint, we'll give you instructions on how to program that in. When I say program, it's real simple. You just go grab your link, you put it in a place in our website, and then the system knows that to take your person to your capture page. I'm sorry, not your capture page, your sign up page. All right. So that's what's going to happen there. Then we're going to have the robust follow-up sequence, so that people that maybe didn't go through all the modules will have those emails going out to them to watch module 2 and then watch module 3 and so on and so forth. Okay, now what the 10, so we're calling this 10 hours to 6 figures. So most of our messaging on these lead capture pages are going to have something to that effect. 10 hours a week into a 6-figure business, 10 hours a week into a 6-figure business, 10 hours a week into a 6-figure business, so on and so forth. Once we feel like that maybe that message is kind of getting out there where we need to modify it a little bit so that people are still opting in, we'll make changes and all that good stuff, okay? Obviously, when you have your own lead capture software, then you can modify any of that verbiage that you'll want on your own. All right, so now let's go back. Now, so we've got these modules. In the beginning module, we're going to lead in and let them know that we are looking to fill 100 positions of people that want to develop a 6 or a 7-figure business. All right. We're looking to fill 100 positions of people that want to develop a 6 or 7-figure business. But in that first module, we don't give them so much information that they choke. That first module is an introduction to THW Global so that they go on and they register. We haven't covered the compensation plan in that first module. We haven't gotten into our 10-hour pledge in that first module. So we haven't gotten into, hey, view for 10 hours and then take 50 to 100% of that. And we haven't gotten, hey, you want this tool and that tool and this tool. That's too much. That's too much. All right. That's the purpose of the modules. And so that we can share all of this information in bite-sized pieces. Obviously, you want to get people joining you. So in the first module, it's great information. It talks about the problem. Here's a solution. Go on and get registered. And once you're registered and you fill out your survey, then go to module number 2, where we start to share more information about how you can take this model and parlay it into a 6 or maybe even a 7-figure position. Now, the purpose of the 100 positions is it does a couple of things, okay? It puts you in posture, because we're going to say, listen, this is not for everyone. This may not be for you. All right. Two of the biggest things that you can do in network marketing is be in posture, which most people are not in posture. They're like almost begging for people to join them. So when our system says, you don't have to say anything, just send people to the pages. All right. When our system says, hey, but we're looking for 100 positions, to fill 100 positions of people that want to generate a 6 to 7-figure business. Hey, that may not be you. That may not be you. And if that's not you, then we'll get you on track. If all you want to do is make a few extra hundreds of dollars to maybe $1,000 a month, then our first 2 modules will get you on track to do that. But if you want to be considered to fill one of our 100 positions, where our aim is to help you build a long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income across multiple niches, and to ultimately scale to a 6 or 7-figure business, then as a prerequisite, you have to go through all 6 of the modules. It puts you in posture. It puts you in posture. You are not asking them for anything. You're telling them, hey, I've got the goods. If you want what I have, this is what you must do. You got to go through all 6 modules. Now, why is that going to be important? Because you want to get people making a series of mini commitments. For the person that they're not looking for 6 or 7 figures, that's beyond them right now. We'll have other sales funnels that is more for the job seeker, more for the retiree, more for the college student, what have you. But we're leading in with this one because it really impacts everyone. If all I want is a few $100s, then I know when I opt in, all I need is to go through the first couple of modules. But chances are curiosity will get me, and I'll ultimately want to go through module 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Okay. If I dream of wealth, I dream of financial freedom, I dream of time freedom, then I'm going to want to go through all 6. The other thing that it does is it provides a takeaway. Oh my gosh. You take something away from folks, they want it more. All right, that's just human nature. You take something. Well, hey, what happens for those of us that are parents? What happens when you told your 2-year-old, your 3-year-old, 2-year young, 3-year young child, don't you go in there? Don't you go in there? Don't you go in there telling them they couldn't do something? What happens? Or it's something that's forbidden. Don't you go in there? What happens? They go in there, right? So now we do a takeaway. Hey, I don't know if this is for you or not. We're only looking to fill 100 positions. That may be you, it may not be you. I don't know. If you want to be considered to fill one of these 100 positions, you're going to go through all 6 modules. Okay, so there's a takeaway. Gives you posture, because most marketers don't know what posture is and aren't sufficiently postured, and it provides a takeaway. Okay, now why 100 positions? Because ultimately I want you to have 100 people that align with you in THW Global, not just who join you, but buy into this entire message. What's the entire message? This 10-hour pledge. That you've got 100 people that are maxing out their viewing. Now, in a perfect world, we know the world's not perfect. In a perfect world, that would be $200 a month per user that you could be generating. Times 100, that's 20 grand a month right there, just on your first level. And then, then a percentage of those folks, because everyone that's going to fill these 100 positions, all right, are going to be folks that have gone through all 6 modules. So they already know. And what we're doing in the 6 modules is, this is where we start talking about the 10-hour pledge. Not in module 1, not even in module 2. We hint to it. All right. But when they get into module 3 and module 4, and we start talking about why marketers are struggling and why we've got solutions to that. And here now, all of a sudden, we're starting to talk about the funnel blueprint. And all of a sudden, I think this is we start talking about this in module number 4, you know, sales funnels and training and all this other good stuff. So now what's happening is, not only are they joining you in THW Global, but they're going to join you in the funnel blueprint. And not only are they going to join you in THW Global, if they want to be one of these 100 positions, they're going to join your funnel blueprint. And then they're going to embrace the mobile marketing platform. And they're going to ultimately get an autoresponder. They'll be getting that from you. They're going to ultimately get a lead capture page builder. They're going to be getting that from you. They're going to, in time, get an automated webinar system. Not all at once. All right, and we don't cover all of these in the modules, but the whole idea is to set the stage for them to say, finally, I have a system that can help me build a long-term sustainable business, because I'm tired of going from deal to deal to deal to deal to deal, promise to promise to promise to promise to promise, and things not working out. Okay? Now, we're leveraging THW Global. I'm telling you, if she's gold, this is wonderful. If she's crap, we'll just simply swap her out, because the messaging is still the same. The only difference in the messaging is it's not necessarily 10 hours of viewing that generates the revenue. Okay, this is what makes THW Global so compelling, is that by viewing, that could generate the revenue to help more quickly get people to where they've got the tools and the resources and they have an advertising budget. The other thing that this does is that this starts to build a culture amongst your teammates that understand the importance of having the resources and driving traffic. So let's say she's gold. Let's say she's gold, okay? And right here you did a campaign and you got 10 new users. Now, are all of these new users, are all of these THW Global folks that have now just joined with you people that are going to embrace the 10 hours to 6 figures and fill 100 positions? Maybe not, but you'll get a percentage of them. You'll get a percentage of them, okay? And that percentage, whether it's 100% or whether it's 50% or whether it's 20%, that percentage that buys into our overall message, guess what they're now going to do? They're going to duplicate, because they're going to have the funnel blueprint, and they're going to start doing some paid traffic. Now, they may have to wait until they've made some money to do a paid traffic. They may not have the resources right away, but we're starting to develop a culture. We're starting to develop a culture of people that take their business seriously and aren't looking to build a business just on the cheap. Sure, I want to put out as little as possible to build my business, but I understand it's a business. I understand it's a business. And that's what's going to happen as your folks go through those 6 modules. All right. So I'm just going to stop at module number 2, register with you, do some viewing, they'll make some money. And then maybe down the road, they say, let me go back and this module 3 and module 4 down the road. So some people are going to embrace the message right away. Some will never embrace it. All right. Some are going to embrace it, parts of it now, and more down the road. Okay. All right. So these 100 positions So they want to be one of the folks that fills 100 positions, and then ultimately, when they fill the 100 position, what do we mean that they fill 100 one of the 100 positions? One, that they've registered with you in THW Global. Number two, they get the funnel blueprint, and one of the modules talks about the funnel blueprint. Three, they get the mobile marketing platform, and one of the modules will talk about the mobile marketing platform, not in great detail, but enough for them to say, I want to get into the funnel blueprint and learn more about the mobile marketing platform. We don't give them too much information there because we want them to also ultimately opt into your mobile marketing platform with their cell phone number. So now you would have an email lead and you would have the SMS text lead. And then when they opt into that system, that's when it's going to reveal, you know, the full mobile marketing platform, how that works in conjunction with THW Global, so on and so forth, how they could earn up to $17.33 per subscriber, even if people don't join them or buy from them, so on and so forth. So what we've just done with the first sales funnel is we've got you getting the lead because you've got a properly structured funnel with a phenomenal lead magnet. We've got a percentage of those folks that opt in, join you in THW Global, and a percentage of those folks that join THW Global are going to go through the remaining modules. Those who go through the remaining modules, this is where they're going to be introduced to the funnel blueprint. All right. And that's going to generate a revenue stream for you, or a monthly recurring revenue stream for you. Once they're in the funnel blueprint, they're going to hear about THW Mobile, the mobile marketing system. They're going to want to then opt into your mobile marketing system. Let's assume that you've embraced it and you have the mobile marketing system. They're going to want to opt into your mobile marketing system to get all of the details. We'll give them enough to whet their curiosity, get them curious. But they'll have to get into your mobile marketing system with their cell phone. So now you've got the email lead and you've got the SMS text lead, okay? As they come into the funnel blueprint, they're going to be introduced to the affiliate center, which we're going to talk about in our next training, and your showcase, which is where you can showcase any and all of your income streams. All right, so let me start to round third with this. I'm going to go back here. He said smart marketers are getting $3, $5, and even $10 per subscriber. Network marketers typically don't do this. They get people into their network marketing company, or they expose their network marketing company. And if people don't join the network marketing company, they make no money. If people join the network marketing company and buy the product or get on subscription, or in our case, view, then they make money. But then that's normally where the money stops. And there's so many other income streams, ancillary income streams that are out there. I was promoting a business. And that particular business, it didn't have a sales funnel as I've outlined it, but it did have multiple income streams within that model. Now, there was a primary income stream, and that was the income stream that we always talked about. All right, that's the one that when we did live webinars, when we did recording webinars, when we did a sales page that had, that one I think had 5 modules, and it worked immensely well for us. We ultimately had over 250,000 folks on our team. And a lot of that had to do with that particular sales page. Now, what we didn't have at that time is we didn't have it where it was replicated, where you could put your link there, so that right there on the page, a button pops up, says register now, and they register through your link. Back then, we were saying, hey, get back to the person that sent you to this page and register with them. Well, we're not going to have to do that anymore. Right there, we're going to say, hey, you should see a registration button popping up. Go on and click. It's going to open up in another page. Go on and register, and we're going to walk you through that registration process, so on and so forth. That all happens in module number 1. All right, so they don't have to see, 6 hours or 6 modules of content to join you in THW Global. All right, so I'm promoting this particular offer. It had a primary income stream, and then it had an ancillary income stream. I didn't even talk about the ancillary income stream in my presentation material. Over time, with the ancillary income stream, we were generating $18,000 a month from something that we never even talked about. On the front end, we never even talked about. It was almost assumed that once you joined that particular model, that you were to do ABC, which generated this ancillary income stream. That's how the funnel blueprint works. They get the funnel blueprint, and in the funnel blueprint are these multiple income streams, and they connect. All right. So for instance, our mobile marketing system is going to connect with the funnel blueprint, which is going to connect with THW. All right. If THW winds up being crap, we move. See, both of our systems, the funnel blueprint and the mobile marketing system, we've been working on for months. To some, in case of our mobile marketing system, we've been waiting for really almost 3 years to be able to launch that. And we could attach those to any model. I could attach it to Amway. I could attach it to Mary Kay. I could attach it to Avon. I could attach it to anything. All right. We're attaching it to THW Global, excuse me. And if she's gold, oh my gosh, my gosh. Okay. All right. So my whole thing here is in our next training, we're going to talk more about the funnel blueprint. Here, I want to talk about the lead magnet. I wanted to show you the 10-hour pledge. I wanted to show you that the first sales funnel that we're going to have is going to be based on getting 100 folks that buy into the message. You may have to have 200-300 folks that register to get the 100 folks that buy into the message. All right. Are you okay if you refer 300 folks and only have 100 of them really fill these 100 positions because the other 200 just want to make a few extra dollars here and there, and they're viewing, you know, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a week? Are you okay with that? Sure you are, because you're overriding all of that. But what you want to do with this particular sales funnel is identify those, what we call foxhole buddies, those folks that are going to be long-term business partners with you. As I start to round third, there are people that follow me now that have been following me for well over a decade. So that anytime I promote anything, if I send an email to them, maybe they're in a list that I say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, they're at least open. In many cases, they join, they buy, in some cases without any explanation, just because they now know me. We've got a history. We've got 10 years, 12 years, 14 years. That's what you want for a long-term sustainable business. You want 10 years from now, 10 years from now, 10 weeks from now, 10 months from now, there's going to be something that comes across your desk in the form of an email or an SMS text that's going to be some type of offer that you believe is valuable, that you're going to want to share with your audience. If you follow our entire blueprint, you're going to have people opting into email lists. You're going to have people opting into an SMS text list. We'll even talk about some other ways because of technology that you can develop lists and communicate with your list and what have you, that you'll ultimately start using those as well, so that you own your list, you own and you control the messaging that goes to that list. That's how you start to build a long-term sustainable business. You like the 10 hours to 6 figures? You like the 10 hours to 6 figures? Okay. All right. Now, couple things real quickly. We are implementing a new system. I hope it works. I just got it right before I did this recording, so I may not have set it up completely right just yet. If it works, there's going to be what's called a push notification that says, hey, we want to send you notifications to your desktop or to your mobile. Go on and accept that. Go on and allow that. That's going to be another tool that we're going to be recommending that folks use to build your following. All right. You definitely want to have an email list. You definitely want to have an SMS text list. Obviously, our mobile marketing platform will provide for that. Push notifications is going to be another thing that you're going to want to use. And when you start using some of the lead capture systems that we'll recommend to you, you'll be able to get people following you with push notifications. So if you see something that says, that came up that says, you know, the funnel blueprint with the funnel doc, or the funnel doc with the funnel blueprint wants to send you some notifications, go on and allow that. Also, if you are getting this and you are not yet a member of our webinar list, I want you to go to thwglobalwebinar.com, opt in with your best email address, and that way you'll get all of our announcements when we do live webinars. Tuesday night, we do a presentation night for THW Global. By the way, I didn't mention this. In this first sales funnel, we will let folks know in that first module, second module, we will let folks know that THW Global is in a soft launch. So viewing hasn't started. So that way, people won't be registering and expecting to view right away. All right. And then you won't have people that get disappointed because, hey, I got registered, I went through these modules, but shoot, I can't even view anything right now. So we'll let them know. And then obviously once we start viewing, we'll swap that content out. We'll take that content out. Okay. All right. So in any event, make sure you're registered. Tuesday night, we do a presentation where we feature THW Global from an introductory standpoint. Thursday night, we do a live training. What you're seeing right now is an example of what we do on a Thursday night. I don't know what the time is on this. Normally our Thursday night webinars, we go about 75 minutes worth of content, about an hour and 15 minutes of content, a training like we've done here tonight or today. And then we will typically have an optional Q&A. Now, normally on Thursdays, I don't have any other business things that I have to do on Thursday evenings. I've really committed that evening to training. And so we normally will have an optional Q&A that might extend 30 minutes or 45 minutes or however long the questions are coming in and however long, our voice allows us. So that's live. Now we record those. Right now, we send them out to the THW Global webinar list. Once we launch the funnel blueprint, those trainings are going to be housed in the funnel blueprint. That way, 6 months from now, someone can go into the funnel blueprint and they can watch training that we had done 6 months previously. And that continues to add more and more and more and more value to the blueprint. Okay. All right. So through the funnel blueprint. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you see any push notification here, you allow it. That way, when we send out a training, because sometimes even with an email list, sometimes an email goes into someone's spam folder or goes into a promotions folder. And sometimes you just, ISP blocks it. Those things can obviously happen. So with the push notifications, it's just another way that we can communicate with you. So when we do have a training that we're sending out to our list, when we have a training that we are, or maybe a notification of a webinar, what have you, we can send that push notification out to you. One last thing, when you get the funnel blueprint, once that launches, we will have an internal messaging center. So anytime we send out an email to our list, we'll also post that in the internal messaging center. So if for some reason you're not getting our emails, you'll be able to log in on a daily basis, because we normally do a post several times a week, 5-6 days a week. So you'll be able to go in and see what our post is for that day, training, so on and so forth. Okay. All right. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. We'll see you on our next live webinar. By the way, on our next live webinar, we're going to go through more of the funnel blueprint. Today we did the lead magnet. We talked about the first sales funnel. Next week we're going to talk specifically about the funnel blueprint. And from the funnel blueprint, we'll probably be able to talk about the affiliate center and the showcase, because that's part of the funnel blueprint. Okay. So we'll talk about that on our next training. Make sure your teammates are on that next training. Okay. Make sure they're on that next training. We love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours.